Mike Jones here, and you are tuned in to uGospel.com, and I actually have, now the word legend and icon gets thrown around a lot in the music industry, but I actually have on the phone a man who's not just a legend in his own right, but comes from an iconic family of legends, the one and only Mr. BeBe Winans. BeBe, man, how are you?
I'm good, sir. I am good, and I'm just because when they throw that legend word, what that really simply means is old. And so I'm older, but I am young at heart. But I am old now that you think about it a little bit. Well, how old are you, Mike?
I'm 25.
25. I remember 25. I remember very well. That was
I would have to disagree with you, because to me, legendary doesn't speak on your age. It speaks on the body of work that you've put into, music. And you definitely one of the people who even brought gospel over to the mainstream and brought a lot of listeners into this industry, even though you did do R&B as well, but you also shined a new light on the gospel music industry. So
thank you, sir. I appreciate it. And you know what I've learned, with all those things, because, some of the things that has happened even recently with me and my sister with the Gospel Music Hall of Fame and induction and all those things, what happens is you take a step back, especially at the ceremonies, and when the people are reading your bio and you kind of realize, we've done some things, but what was most important is what we were all about before any of that launched. And when your purpose is just to really do the best that you can for the kingdom, you realize the kingdom will give you the best. And so I was with my brother Marvin, and, they were inducted in a Gospel Hall of Fame, and so we just sitting there, that was never in our view when we decided to dedicate our talents to God and just wanted to do, good work, So I encourage people to make sure your reasons are the right reasons, because if you're chased after things, you're going to be disappointed.
And I definitely agree with you on that 100%. And now, let's talk about the reason why we are on the phone. You'll be in Nashville performing at the SoundExchange's Influencer Series. So could you kind of tell us exactly what the Influencer Series is?
It's blowing my mind, because what SoundExchange don't know is that I do nothing in Nashville. When I get to Nashville, Tennessee, where I've been living almost 30 years, I do nothing. So Nashville, to me, even though it's a blooming musical mecca for songwriters and recordings and things like that, it's home to me.
Right.
So SoundExchange is something else to get me out of my home. But they have been a team. We've been a team for a couple of years now, and so I'm excited to go and to speak about our exchange. What a songwriter, what a singer wants is someone who believes in them and works hard side by side, and I have found those two things in SoundExchange. So I'm actually going to take a couple of naps, because Mike, I go to bed early. So I got to take a couple of naps so I can stay up and hang out with the exchange people and sing a couple of songs and introduce a couple of incredible songwriters and just have a good time and really sharing the news of what I feel.
So tonight it's going to be actually more than just a concert. It's going to be more of a conversation or a
conversation.
With talking points.
Yes, conversation. I don't know if they're going to be eating, but we're going to have a good time. We call it fellowship from where I come from. That's what's going to be going on tonight. Is it the Bluebird Cafe?
Yep, the Bluebird Cafe. And you'll also be sharing the stage with up-and-coming singers, Jonathan McReynolds, who's, already made a name for herself in the gospel industry, and Miss Alexa Cruse. Yeah. Will you guys be doing any duets or collaborations tonight, or is it kind of a split between each one has their own set?
One of the things about live and you can ask CC and anybody else who's on the stage with me, you never know what's going to happen. Yeah, it's going to be guaranteed a good time. Alexia, who I've been knowing before she knew herself, because her mom, Janice Archer Cruse, was part of the group The Archers, who are Grammy Award winners. It was Janice and two of her brothers, and then, as you stated, Jonathan Reynolds is someone that I haven't met yet. He's met my brother Marvin and been there to sing together at different events, but I am a big fan of his, and so I look forward to meeting him and talking to him. But we're excited about what SoundExchange does for performances and for singers, and so it's a time to mingle with those people who have been a part of the team that I'm just getting a chance to put a face with a name, right? But to share what we feel and why we're part of this great company.
So does it kind of feel like it's going to be more of a passing the torch kind of thing, where I kind of saw one of those descriptions as an event where it's bringing, legendary singers together with rising artists? What can people expect tonight?
Something for everyone. One of the things that I love about music itself, performance and is variety. What I do and what I present is different from what Jonathan presents and different from what Alexa. I think she is an incredible songwriter, incredible, and that's why I have her a part. And so it's the young people maybe teaching the old people a little bit there, and the old people teaching the young people a little bit. It's artists, and this is what I used to always say: if we come together, we become a incredible force. And so tonight, I think it's that display where artists is coming together and sharing what they feel, both in words and song and from their heart. And if we learn how important that is, not just tonight, but for their whole careers, it's an explosion happening.
Can we expect you to bring out the two other Winans brothers for a three Winans brother reunion?
No, I can answer that real quick. No, I don't know where Carvin is in Canada, and Marvin is in Detroit, I believe, and I'm in Nashville. So unless they surprise me, you will see them through me.
Right. Mr. Winans, is there anything else that you want to say to the listeners you want to come out to this event tonight, or why you think people don't want to miss this special show?
I think it's a rarity. You may not see me in Nashville outside of the grocery store or my favorite restaurant at the Bluebird Cafe. But if you're into education and entertainment, then you want to be a part of this. If you're into a good time, come on out. One of the things that I love about being me is that no one else can be me. Right. And that's one of the things that is so important. My father used to tell us all the time, you're not going to be the greatest singer in the world, but you're going to be a confident singer. And if you learn to be that, then you're going to be the best that you can be, and no one can be you. No one can be Jonathan Reynolds. No one can be Alexia. And so that is what is awaiting for everyone to come out and be a part of. Individuality.
Well, BeBe, I want to thank you again. I want to wrap this up before your manager comes to the phone and kills me. But again, people, tonight at the Bluebird Cafe in Nashville, Tennessee, which is on 4104 Hillsborough Pike. We have the Sound Exchange Influencer Series starring the one and only Mr. BeBe Winans with special guests Jonathan McReynolds and Alexa Cruse. Again, BeBe, I want to thank you for taking the time out to do this interview with us today. You were all tuned in to uGospel.com. I'm Mike Jones. Oh, before we go, how can your fans and your supporters stay up to date with all your latest news or interact with you on social media?
Social media, the Twitters of the world. You can find me at BeBeWinans.net. You can have BeBe Winans, 3WB, and all those things. You know, Facebook and all those things. Just type in my name, and you can find out where we're going. We're very excited about a lot of things that's coming down the pipeline, but you know, there's a song out right now that is getting a lot of airplay, both on secular and gospel radio, called Dance. It's the Clark Sisters and 3WB, so we're going to dance a little while.
I haven't had the chance to hear it yet, but just the collaboration of people already, I'm about to Google it as soon as we get off the phone.
It's incredible. Louis Vega did a remix, and it is going through the roof.
Amen.
Here and overseas. So,
amen. BeBe, again, I want to thank you for calling us today, man, and I know you guys are going to tear the stage up tonight, and I wish you the best.
Thank you, sir, Mike. Talk to you soon.
No problem. It's my pleasure.